Hello, and welcome to Enrichment Intervention Family Center. My name is Lovely Toporo. I'm the Clinical Director and BCBA here, and we are very excited to have you on board. A little bit about me. I've been in this field for about 18 years now. I remember myself as a BT, and I'm just so excited to have you be part of this field and be able to change the lives that we change. I've been a BCBA for 10 years now, and we are just so excited to have you on board. I will be guiding you today through the series of training. For today's agenda, what we'll do is we'll go over what exactly is ABA, as well as how to build rapport, and how to begin your sessions for the first couple sessions. We'll then go into how to conduct a preference assessment using the type of treatment approach called naturalistic environmental training. What is ABA? ABA is applied behavioral analysis. It is a science in which procedures derived from the principles of learning that are systematically applied to improve socially significant behavior and to demonstrate experimentally that the procedures were used are responsible for improvement in the behavior. Basically, ABA is essentially looking at the environment and how that affects the behaviors of those that we work with. Also, behaviors help us understand what the behavior is, how behavior works, what is considered problem behavior or behaviors we want to increase, as well as how behavior is affected by the environment and how learning can take place. For us, we will be implementing what we call ABA therapy, so applied behavioral analysis therapy. ABA therapy applies our understanding of how behavior works to real situations. The goal is to increase the behaviors that are helpful and to decrease the behaviors that are problematic and can hinder the learning. Additionally, ABA therapy provides it helps promote language and communication skills for our learners. It also improves attention, focus, social skills, memory, and even academics. And furthermore, it also decreases problem behaviors, which is primarily what we're here for. Before you begin, it's important for us to build that therapeutic bond with the learner. Just starting off in your journey and creating that therapeutic bond, it's very important to establish that connection as a therapist and with the learner or the clients we work with. One method that we use is what we call pairing. Pairing is a technique that we used. It helps to maintain rapport with a client by combining a preferred activity, tangible, or preferred interest with you, through you. The way this looks is that, for instance, if you have a client who's really into, let's say, unicorns, and you want to reinforce yourself by establishing that connection or that pairing with unicorns, you might start off your first couple sessions playing with the individual using the toys that are within their interest. In this case, it's going to be unicorns. So through this example, you might engage in a couple activities. You might draw, you might color, you might have unicorn stickers. Everything is going to be going through you. By then, you're pairing something that they really, really like, the unicorns, with yourself. And during this rapport building stage, you're refraining from any demands placed. You really want to establish that connection. You also want to be very mindful that you are cognizant of your representation. So you want to be joyful, you want to be playful, you want to be interesting. You also don't want to understimulate them. Additionally, when you're pairing yourself, you're keeping those attending statements. So a lot of this looks like praising them for behaviors that you're already seeing that they're able to do. For example, if the learner is playing with the unicorns, maybe they're brushing their hair, you might want to pair yourselves with praise. So you'll say, make statements like, I like that you're playing with your unicorn. Oh, that's a nice brush. You're brushing her hair. So you're creating a lot of those attending statements, which is essentially attention for the learner. Not only are you pairing yourself, but you're building that instructional control. The learner has now begun to pair yourself as someone who's motivating, someone who's preferred. So after your first session, which is your second and third, you'll start to build that instructional control, which will then lead you to the later sessions, which is where you'll actually be fading in more non-preferred activities or demands. Some of the steps that we have here for building rapport are broken down into 4 simple steps. First and foremost, you want to collect multiple strong reinforcers. Reinforcers are what we call motivators to help motivate the learner to work towards. So in this instance, I said unicorns, right? So unicorns is a reinforcer. 2, provide the child with access to these reinforcers. So immediately you might want to give the unicorn to the learner. You might want to play with the learner with the unicorns. Number 3, be playful, be fun, find your inner childhood. You want to be fun and engaging. And lastly, create attending statements. So you want to generate as much reinforcing and praising statements. So those are all the steps to building rapport. Now let's take a quick quiz.